I'm Adrian, and about 16 months ago now I was diagnosed with a chronic lymphocytic leukemia, which is a slow-growing form of blood cancer. I was feeling quite well. I'd had a very mild cough, but I hadn't really worried about it. And then one day I literally got up off my seat on a tube train, walked to the door, and as I stepped onto the platform, I felt my legs give way. I suddenly noticed myself feeling really breathless. And I also noticed on my smartwatch that my heart rate was about 144. And I started to feel very woozy and like I couldn't think straight. So I asked for some help on the platform, and I was taken to hospital straight from the tube station there. So when they first saw me in A&E, even though I'd been brought in by ambulance and had this sort of high pulse rate, they didn't think I looked that unwell. I mean, they diagnosed me with pneumonia, but I think partly because my body wasn't really responding as it should do to an infection. Certain markers in the blood weren't raised, but one thing that was raised was my white count. They diagnosed me with the pneumonia from the chest x-ray and from my examination, and they actually had me wheeled in a wheelchair to a taxi and sent me home that night with just oral antibiotics, but with a strong warning to come straight back if I didn't feel better quite quickly. And I didn't feel better quite quickly, so I ended up being admitted to my local hospital within a day or two, actually. So I'm actually lying in a hospital bed because of my pneumonia, and I get a phone call from the haematologist from the first hospital saying, I've looked at your blood under a microscope. It doesn't look good, and I'm pretty sure you've got leukemia, which was like a ton of bricks, as you can imagine.